Hello, and welcome to It's Gonna Be May All the Day Long Artist Interview Series. For episode 9, we have Julie Benko. Julie Benko is an award-winning actress, singer, songwriter, and teacher based in New York City. Acting highlights include performing in Broadway revivals and national tours of Les Miserables, Fiddler on the Roof, and Spring Awakening, as well as off-Broadway productions of Goldstein and Bar Mitzvah Boy. Favorite regional appearances include leading roles in Once, Rags, The Fantastics, Our Town, The Golem of the Havana, Les Miserables, and the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. As a vocalist, Julie is equally accomplished, having lent her voice to the 85th Academy Awards and 70th Tony Award ceremonies. Her debut album, Introducing Julie Benko, was lauded by All About Jazz as brimming with a fresh creativity and youthful vitality. She is the 2017 gold medalist and Johnny Mercer Award winner at the American Traditions Vocal Competition, and appeared as a soloist with the Savannah Philharmonic that same year. She holds a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Drama from NYU's Tisch School of the Arts and is currently working on earning her MFA from NYU's Graduate Acting Program in spring of 2021. Julie volunteers her vocal talents with Sing for Your Seniors and Vocal Ease on a regular basis. She also donates educational services to members of Footsteps as a math tutor and helping women get their GEDs. And without further ado, here's the interview with Julie Benko. Right now, you're based out of New York City, right?
Yes. Yeah. I live in Harlem with the fiance and my cat, Thelonious Monk.
Oh, I love that.
Well, he's because Jason is a jazz pianist, and Thelonious Monk was I guess Monk was one of Jason's piano heroes. And so he had like floated the idea of the name, and then I was like, I love that because we can also call him Monkey even though he's a cat. so we just like so we call him Monkey. He's also gotten a bunch of other names like over the years, like Socrates, but because he's like
Oh,
little
yeah.
socks. He's hiding in the closet right now, which was never a thing, but now he like we're home all the time. So like he's like, I need alone time. So he just goes in the closet. Yeah, he's like he never like needed alone time before because we were always out. And now he's like he really loved having us home all the time for like 2 weeks. And then he was like started seeking out places to just recharge on his own, I think.
So have things started to change there in New York City?
Um, right now, no. I mean, the only thing that's changed lately is that the weather has gotten nicer, so people are starting to go outside more. And we've gone to the like we went to the park this weekend. The sun was out, and it was like I will say like I've been seeing photos of around New York City, like in Bryant Park, where people have been on top of each other. Um, the park where we live, near where we live in Harlem, like yes, it was very crowded, which was disconcerting, but it was also like I would say like 9 out of every 10 people had a mask on, and you could definitely see that people were trying to like stay in their groups. But it's like a lot of people and not that much outside space, and everybody's been cooped up for so long. So it's like,
Right.
so yeah, people are just really starting to want to be outdoors. But there's nowhere to go, like except for the park. Like nothing's open except for the grocery store and the laundromat, and yeah, just the park
Okay.
and like walking down the street, going for walks. But that's it. That's like it's like we're in our apartment or at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more toilet paper now. We my Jason got me this mug. I survived the great toilet paper crisis of 2020.
That is too funny.
So I know. So hopefully we will continue to have toilet paper. Um, a lot has changed in the sense that I mean, I'm in grad school right now. I'm getting my master's, and we all went online, pretty quickly. And it's my fiance, who I live with in our tiny one bedroom apartment, is also teaching online at Berkeley. So, we only have this room, the bedroom, and the other room, which has the piano and the kitchen and the TV and the sofa, and then there's like a bathroom, but those are the only rooms we have. So we have to make literally everything happen in this small space. So like I was in class while he'd be teaching class. Um, and it was tough to like make that work, just because he's making music. Sometimes I'm making music or doing a scene. So that was definitely something we had to learn how to do. Because it's like to have this tiny space become not just home, but like and our rehearsal space, which we're used to, but to also have it be like the workspace, the exercise space, the cooking space, the entertainment space, like all of these things that we are trying to live our separate artistic lives and share it all the time has been an adjustment, but it's been okay. I mean, I've ultimately, like, we're very lucky that we're not like terrified that we're gonna run out of food. Um and we've had everybody has their down days, and we've had up days and down days, but generally it's been like um pretty peaceful and happy times together, which has been good, because I'm like, oh, like I'm glad that I'm marrying him, because it's like I'm enjoying spending all this time with him. Like, guess it seems like the right person to marry. Yeah, noise canceling headphones has been very useful. To be
Yeah.
like, I can't listen to you play this one song just even one more time. If I have to hear that one song that you're practicing one more time, I'll lose it. So I just,
So
it's
are
great.
they, because I don't have noise canceling headphones, but do they really work? Like they're really good?
Yeah, these are the AirPod Pros, and Jason got them for me for Christmas, and they finally came in March, and they are great. They're not the most comfortable things in the world, but he also has over ear ones, so sometimes I'll borrow those. So I had it.
Oh, you did? Okay. Wow.
I Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we don't know for sure, because I couldn't get a test because I'm not a vulnerable population.
Yes.
But three of my professors at school tested positive for it. A number of members of my class exhibited all the symptoms, and then I finally got an antibody test, and I tested positive. So, and I had the fever and the cough and the loss of taste and the all of the stuff, the shortness of breath. But I had a very luckily like a pretty mild case. It wasn't what it can be. So my I had seen my mom like almost a full 2 weeks before I got sick. So we were very worried that I'd given it to her. Um, because she's in her 60s, my dad's in his 60s, but she got some like mysterious gastrointestinal thing.
Hmm.
But she recovered, and so we don't know if that was it or not. They haven't been tested, but my parents are okay. They're in Connecticut, quarantined. And Yeah, they're actually, I've been talking to them a lot more than usual, which has been nice.
Hmm.
And they're doing okay. And my sister is in Brooklyn, and we check in a lot, but we're not obviously seeing each other. And my grandma is in her 90s, and so the worry is that like that somehow she'll get sick from it, because she's already not doing very well, but so far she's been okay. uh, so my family's okay. We're lucky. I have one of my professors at school, her husband passed away from COVID, and I have numerous acquaintances who have been, I've seen on Facebook and stuff that they've lost family members. And my friend, a former coworker who I did a show with at Barrington Stage Company in 2014, I think it was, he passed away from COVID last month. So it's like, it's affected us a lot. Like we know, it's just crazy to actually know people who have died from it. And yeah, it's really, yeah. Now that I've had it, I feel, even though we don't know if how long immunity lasts, if there is immunity, like I feel a little bit more safe to go out and get groceries. The thing is, like, Jason is a type 1 diabetic, so I'm trying to do some of that stuff, to keep him safe, so that I can just get the groceries and wipe them down with bleach, that kind of thing. I mean, he was living with me when I had it, and he was sleeping in the living room on an air mattress for 2 weeks, and we were trying to share this, but we only have one bathroom, so it was I was using one sink, the kitchen sink, he was using the bathroom sink, and
just wipe down everything.
we were just wiping down everything as much as we could, and the antibody test showed that was negative, so it seems like he didn't get it, but I don't know how trustworthy those tests are either. So
right. But as of right now, he doesn't seem like he's showing
as
any
of right now, he's okay. Yeah, he's been fine. I've been recovered since, was it, I think March 24th was my birthday. It was that was actually weeks after I was fully better, but I got sick March 10th-ish, somewhere around there.
Oh wow!
So I've
right
been
when
recovered for a while.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
I got sick on March 10th, and then I think NYU had gone completely remote by March 13th. It was crazy how fast it happened. I would have moved somewhere that had a washing machine in the building and a dishwasher in the apartment.
Oh wow.
I think those are things I would have done.
Yeah, just simple luxuries, but they are necessities. They really are.
Yeah. When you're just doing all of that stuff here, it's crazy. I also would have ordered, I have this this acid reflux stuff that I get on Amazon from the UK that my ENT suggested. It's called Gaviscon Advanced. They make the US version is different, so it's not the same, and it's hard enough to get, and now you can't even get it. So I'm almost out. So I would have ordered more of that. It's okay. Just try not to eat. I've learned in this quarantine time that I cannot eat tomato sauce or I can't sing. If I eat tomato sauce, I cannot sing for the next the rest of the day. It's just my acid reflux is so activated. Regular tomatoes okay, milk okay, dairy is fine, but tomato sauce. It was so I cannot. It totally affects my singing voice. I didn't know that before.
What do you feel exactly when when you're singing?
Just an unbelievable amount of phlegm production. And it happens in my chest and in my throat, and then it's that starts to cause irritation on the folds, and then it's just I end up getting really tired really quickly, vocally tired. I just find it's just singing through so much phlegm it's not pleasant, and it affects range and everything. So
so you've been staying away from tomato sauce lately.
Yes.
When did you discover this?
it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks into quarantine because I was like making all this tomato sauce to last. And I was like, why can't I sing? My singing voice is like totally
So you
effective.
just,
Then I stopped eating it.
and then you noticed a difference.
And I noticed a difference. Then I tried the tomato sauce again and it was like
That was
clockwork.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's the only
I'll
thing.
still have it if I know I like don't need to sing. If I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be singing today, I'll have the tomato sauce. But that's the only thing I've noticed that's caused real stuff. Also like oranges close to bedtime, like that's no good. That acidity. Um I have been learning the clarinet. Um
Oh,
which yeah, I actually have it. I have my clarinet right here.
oh
Um
wow.
I I bought a clarinet like 5 years ago when a show closed, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have all this time," and then I didn't really get into it, but I've had it lying around, and then for my birthday, Jason got me a couple clarinet lessons with, this guy who went to college with, who's a clarinetist and, like, Skype lessons, and, it's been so fun. I practice every day. I'm basically, like, at a 5th or 6th grade level, but, like,
Okay.
who cares? Like
It's
it's so
fun.
fun. I'm like, yeah. So I've been learning to play the clarinet, and I've been doing these Facebook Live concerts with Jason. We do one almost every Friday evening. And that's been really nice because it just gives us something. We say like, okay, let's pick a song this week that we didn't know, and we know that we are going to incorporate it in our weekly gig. And like, even if nobody watches, and some people do, like, it's been nice to hear from people all over the globe who tune in. But
Mhm.
like, it's just, it's a nice opportunity to just try to keep learning new material even when it feels like, why, and also it's nice to just like dress up and like put on a little makeup and put on a nice outfit and be like, hey guys, like have a reason to not wear sweatpants and like, so we've been doing that, and I've been working on writing a play as well that I've sort of had popping around in my head for a while. So I like do a little writing every day. And so those are some artistic things I've been doing.
Okay, I look forward to maybe seeing it sometime soon. Do you think it'll turn into
Okay, yeah, hopefully.
something musical, or will it stay more like a play, theater, acting type thing?
I think it's going to be a play with music. So I think that it will be a play, but then there's definitely at least one musician character, and definitely there will be some singing. But I think it will be more like characters, actors, and musicians who sing, as opposed to like a musical.
Right.
But we'll see. And
No.
yeah, it's yeah, I guess we'll see. So in my graduate program, and the thing is, all of this stuff is up in the air. Who knows what next year is going to even look like, if we're going to be on campus. But there's a thing called free play. So in your third year, it's a 3-year program. There's essentially a space grant and you people write their own shows and get to put them up. They get the space for free, they get the theater for free, and then they use the actors in the cohort, and any other actors if they want, um, to put up productions that are usually written by them by it's like your own theater festival of original work.
Right.
And it's really cool. It's one of the reasons I like chose to go to this program too, because it's just like the emphasis on like being a creator, and really wanting to cultivate that. So I hope very much that like we'll be back and get to do free play, and if we do get to do it, that this would get some that I would put it up in some form, whether it's a reading or more fully realized. I don't know, because that will depend on like how much time we'll have. Because I know they're going to try and, assuming we're back, they're going to try and like throw a bunch of the stuff that we missed this year into next year. So we'll see.
Right.
Yeah, school finished for me, and school will be finished for him, but then he's going to be teaching a summer semester. But school finished for me on I guess it was Friday, and it's Wednesday now. But I do follow a schedule. I wake up, I like don't want to sleep the whole day away. Like I try to wake up around 8 or 8:30, and then I do my writing. I write in while I have coffee, and then for however long that is, and then I exercise. And I have a group of friends who we are in like we'll like Zoom, and then we put on an exercise video and we do it together, and like we just like
Oh,
switch
that's
up the time
great.
every day.
So it's
And
every day.
sometimes we're like, we do it pretty much every day. We take a day off on the weekend, and then sometimes we won't actually meet up. Sometimes we're like, I'm gonna go for a jog on the park today, or our schedules aren't working today, so we're just gonna text each other a photo when we're done. But that it's like sort of an accountability
That's
group. So we do
great.
that.
Yeah.
And we do it every day, and I think that is like the main thing that's given me like any semblance of sanity in this time, because I just think like for me, like the endorphins of physical exertion,
Right.
like they're the only thing that keep me chemically like happy, and I'll also like get me tired to then fall asleep at night. Like I find if I don't do anything, then I have trouble getting to bed. So it really helps me. So I do my exercise, and then
But that's also
and
nice
then
that you get to
yeah,
socialize while you
yes,
exercise. So that's
yes.
kind of
So
two for
we're
one.
sitting there, we're like, this is horrible. um yeah, so that's nice. So we do that, and then now that and then like at that point in the day was when I would usually like then be like, okay, classes. And now the classes are gone. So I am now, but like I try to do some reading. I try to do like some away from screen time, whether that's reading or just going for walks. I try to like check in on my family, and I will be finding what else needs to go in my schedule.
So
I practice the clarinet. That happens usually in the evening, and then things come up. My sister just wrote, she's starting like a little play reading group, so we're gonna like just read plays over Zoom and try to keep active. And I have some goals for the summer in terms of just like projects to work on, and trying to always have something to be working on. Oh yeah, always keep working. And also, and I'd like by the end of the summer to have a draft of this play, to have draft one, so that
right.
so that that's like an actual goal in mind that I have.
That's
I
a
know some
great
people are
goal.
like, I'm gonna clean my house, clean my apartment. And we have been doing some decluttering, but we are just not people who are good at that. we're just we're just messy people. Yeah. I mean, I totally get it. It's a disheartening time because I mean, like I my summer job, I was going to be working at the Guthrie this summer. That's canceled, and who knows? Like I know a lot of theaters are going to be bound, and opera companies and all that stuff are going to be worried about budgets going forward. But um I my advice would be to use this time to become more well-rounded and like to because I think like it's so easy for us to define ourselves by like the business and like what we do and like oh like where I'm working and the program that I'm in or like the whatever it is like by professional markers like that's so easy to sort of get lost in that. And so I think like it's a really nice time to be able to say well like who am I as an artist and like what do I stand for and let me explore those things while I, so that when I am out of school, I know who I am and I've cultivated other interests and I know that I do this for reasons beyond I'm hired to do it this for this one particular job. So that your self-worth is not tied up with the business. So I think that's one thing. And I would also say like one thing I've thought a lot about, one of my teachers has said to me, like, don't let the perfect get in the way of the good, which is like just because you can't do something perfectly or 100% doesn't mean it's not worth doing it or and just trying to get something done. So, like a piece of advice, a friend of mine, uh, who I did a show with, um, who's a writer and stuff like she said just tell yourself I'm going to write for 10 minutes a day. And I think that that can be applied to like I've taken that to heart and I try to apply it to a lot of things like it try to be compassionate towards yourself in this time. You don't have to like write the great American novel or like learn every aria or whatever, but like it's some days are going to be hard and you don't need to do that, but I think also like honoring the artistry in you and deciding to show up for yourself is a really valuable thing. And you can show up for 10 minutes for whatever the goal is that you set and let that be that for the day. If after 10 minutes like you set yourself a timer and if after 10 minutes you're like I'm still not feeling this, I need a break today, then that's fine. But that if you make whatever it is that you're doing a practice, then some days 10 minutes will turn into 30 minutes or an hour and 2 hours. And even if it stays 15 minutes every day, like you can really improve so much by just doing one thing every day for 10 minutes. Like, so whether it's writing, whether it's singing, whether it's exercising, whether it's whatever it is that you want to do, whatever your art is too, like, um, if you can just try and show up for yourself, I think make the commitment to show up for yourself 10 minutes a day. I think that's like one of the greatest acts of um, compassion you can show for yourself right now. So I would say that one thing I heard Oscar Eustace, the head of the public theater, say recently um, was that the Roaring Twenties followed the Spanish flu epidemic in 1918. So that has like given me hope that I'm like, and when I also think about the arts, I mean, whatever it is, theater, music, dance, all of these performing arts, especially, like they're a part of humanity. They're a part of the birthright of human history. Like they're not going to be gone, and this will, however long this lasts, like people need the arts and people, as we can see, like need to congregate. So there will be a place for this to happen and we will as artists keep finding creative ways to make it happen until then. And one of the songs that I have been finding encouraging in this time is Cockeyed Optimist from South Pacific. Um,
Oh, yeah.
by Rodgers and Hammerstein, because I just feel I was actually I sang through it a couple weeks ago, and I started crying, but in a good way, because the lyrics are so. She says, I've heard people rant and rave and bellow that we're done and we might as well be dead, but I'm only a cockeyed optimist and I can't get it into my head. I hear the human race is falling on its face and hasn't very far to go, but every whippoorwill is selling me a bill and telling me it just ain't so. And so I just love how that song reminds us that, like, we have the choice to be optimistic, and to not all we have to do is, like, look up, look around, and look at a clear blue sky, and, like, things will be okay. And Nellie Forbush could sing that song in, like, the middle of a Pacific island in World War II, during the darkest of times. Like, it's then, like, so can we here too. So that's the song I would choose to encourage people.